According to the New York Post, accused rapist Graham Platner is now, quote, holding the Democratic Party hostage. After the latest allegations of sexual assault, nearly everyone in the Democratic Party, even Bernie Sanders, has called on Platner to leave Maine's Senate race. But Platner has stubbornly refused to step aside. Based on multiple reports, the embattled socialist and accused rapist has refused to drop out unless he gets to hand select his replacement. The Democratic Party now has less than 1 week to force Platner's hand and get him off that ballot. Joining us now with the reaction from the other side of the aisle, Republican Senator from Louisiana, Senator John Kennedy. Senator Kennedy, thank you so much for joining us tonight. So I won't miss looking at Graham Platner's Nazi tattoo, which is odious, his nipple right next to it, which is disgusting, and his wedding ring flashing next to both of them, which is a mockery. And I'm sure you won't miss serving with him in the United States Senate. But Senator Kennedy, tell me if more of your Democratic colleagues are going to come forward and say it was a mistake and that they regret actually endorsing this complete disaster of a man.
Well, good question, Kellyanne. With respect to to Mr. Platner, he was nominated by the Hamas wing of the Democratic Party, which is in control. With respect to the new allegations or revelations about him, I, of course, was completely shocked. Who could possibly have seen this coming? It's not like there were signs or something. I tell you who saw it coming. Every American who was paying attention and who has an IQ above a toaster knew that this guy's motherboard was fried. Even my colleague, Senator Schumer, who can't even cook a cheeseburger, saw this coming. Number two, as an aside, you're not going to beat Susan Collins in Maine with Graham Platner or otherwise. There's a reason that she's been a United States Senator for Maine since God was a baby. The people like her. They respect her toughness. If you get between Susan and what's best for Maine and America, she will devour you like a light snack. And the people of Maine like that. I guess my third point, Kellyanne.
Oh, please, sir.
I was just going to say my third point is that the Hamas wing of the Democratic Party is about to do the same thing in Michigan.
Yes.
They're going to nominate for the Senate this guy, Dr. Abdul El-Sayed. They all believe the same thing. They stand for the same thing. Kill all the millionaires, open all the prisons, open the border, defund the police, defund ICE. Every single one of them knows the words to the Cuban national anthem. They're all neo-socialists. Now, unless you were playing Frisbee in the quad during history class or economics class, you know the list. You know that the list of countries that have tried socialism and rejected it is it's as long as King Kong's genitalia. I mean, it's not just Cuba, it's the USSR, it's China, it's Vietnam, it's Argentina, it's Venezuela. I could keep going. For my party, this makes me happy. For my country, it makes me sad.
Yes.
And I'll end on this note. Look, in America, you're entitled to believe what you want, but I'm entitled to believe what I want. And I think that the members of the Hamas wing of the Democratic Party, who are firmly in control of the party, are the reason that it took our ancestors thousands of years to learn to stand upright. And that's what I think.
Well, we love what you think, and we love the way you say it.
I take back what I said about genitalia. I probably shouldn't have said that.
It is quite the visual in what began as a Graham Platner segment. So he's giving us plenty of material. Senator, I'm glad you mentioned your colleague, Senator Susan Collins of Maine. She has served since 1997. She's had 40,000 consecutive votes, never missed a vote, just hit that mark on June 4th. She's delivered for Maine, and she votes with President Trump anywhere from 90 to 95% of the time. I credit her with single-handedly saving the Brett Kavanaugh nomination. I was in the White House at the time, running point on that as a communicator, and her speech was one for the ages. I hope folks will study it. But thank you for mentioning her, because she is in the seat. She is the incumbent. This is not a referendum on her. It's a choice between Senator Susan Collins and whoever the Democrats put up, and whoever it is, Senator Kennedy, was supporting Graham Platner. You betcha. I want to talk a little bit about your colleague, Pocahontas. She went all out for this guy, Graham Platner. She said, quote, "He's my kind of man." I don't know what her husband thinks of that. But was this just another feather in her cap or headdress for Pocahontas? Why can they not choose good quality candidates that love America and reject socialism and are proud to serve this country? I'm worried about this lurch to the left. I think it's taking on in some places, taking hold in some places like Michigan, like Wisconsin, like Colorado. That's not New York City.
Well, it of course is wonderful for the Republican Party. I mean, our secret plan all along has been let them speak. Let Graham Platner speak. Let Dr. Abdul El Sayed in Michigan speak. But it's bad for our country, and a reckoning is coming for the Democratic Party. And a lot of my colleagues, most of my colleagues in the United States Senate know better. They could see this about Mr. Platner. I mean, the guy's a clown. He can't even juggle. He's a Saturday Night Live skit. But once the Hamas wing of the party nominated them, it became raw gut politics. They want to take over the United States Senate, and that's their right. But it's my right to point out that this is bad for my country. And you know, the selfish part of me says, run, Graham, run. I'll send you a campaign contribution. But the part of me that wants America's future to be better than our present or our past knows that this guy is he's a predator. He is a predator, and you don't want him anywhere near power.
These allegations of abuse and assault and disparaging our military, calling them fat, you deserve to die, said to one of our troops, and the Nazi tattoo, it just goes on, and it never seemed enough for your colleagues across the aisle in the Democratic Party to chuck this guy into the latest rounds of allegations, thereby showing, Senator Kennedy, that for the Democrats, they don't believe all women. They chuck that to the side when you're talking about a swing state. You're not talking about morality here. You're talking about electability. They're not counting up the victims of Graham Platner's abuse. They're counting votes. Senator Kennedy, the one and only, thank you so much for joining us, sir.
All right, thanks for watching. Check out my new podcast, Hanging Out with Me, Sean Hannity. The big interviews, the debates you won't get anywhere else. Like and subscribe for new episodes every Tuesday and Thursday.